Hi everyone, my name is Teacher Buitumelo, and I'm here today to talk to you about conflict and how we can resolve conflict within the foundation phase classroom. Okay, as I introduced myself, I'm Teacher Buitumelo, and this is our presentation, or our session rather, on conflict. First of all, let's start by unpacking what is conflict. Conflict in the foundation phase refers to a disagreement, a misunderstanding, or a clash between young learners within the classroom setting. Now, this is a piece or a statement that was said by Braun and Tasker, 2003. Now, conflict affects the social interactions of learners and their learning environment. It often occurs during play, group activities, or classroom routines when children have differing needs, emotions, opinions, and goals. Now, to unpack this further, this simply means that where there is difference, there is conflict. And conflict doesn't just mean that things are ruined. No, where there is conflict, there is growth. And I say this because when there's conflict, we are able to sit down with learners and let them know that no, this is not how we do things. There is a better way of doing things, and this is how we do things. Yes, and with that comes the different types of conflict. There is friend exclusion, sharing, competition, and miscommunication. Now, all of this happens not only within the classroom setting, but we see it outside and at home. Parents might attest to this. Friend exclusion, we can start with this one. Friend exclusion happens a lot of times whereby we see learners having a group of friends. Most of the time they have three friends or more. They socialize in groups. So you find that in some instances, one learner, for example, it's casual day and they all discuss that today we're going to be wearing white t-shirts. And then you find that one learner, because of whatever reason, they cannot come to school wearing a white t-shirt on casual day. And then you find the friend groups excluding them, setting them aside, and so forth. That's where conflict arises also, because the other learner cannot understand, why are you pushing me aside? Why are you excluding me? That's how fights begin. That's how conflict begins within the friend circle. Now we come to sharing. In the classroom setting, we see a lot of times as teachers, when we facilitate group work, learners get to fight over a certain color crayon, whereby they feel that, no, I want to use red, and then the other one feels, no, but I had it in my hand first. So sharing also can highlight conflict where learners are debating over who took what or who's supposed to have what. We see this also in competition, whereby they fight over certain positions. They're very competitive. Learners are very competitive, especially in the foundation phase. They fight a lot over certain positions, and this raises competition and conflict. It also leads to miscommunication. One learner can fight over saying, ma'am, this one said this and this to me, and the other one argues, no, I didn't say that. He's lying, ma'am, or she's lying, ma'am, I didn't say that. So miscommunication, thinking I heard this, only to find that no, it's not what was said. It can raise conflict. We move over to role players that can play a role in resolving conflict amongst learners. We have teachers and parents. At home, parents can encourage learners to talk about how they feel. They can model the type of communication they want learners to use. And they can also show that through routine and becoming consistent in their roles. And then at school, teachers can model calm behavior, respectful problem-solving behavior. This creates a space that is safe for learners to express how they feel, and teachers can guide the learners through conversation that are restorative. And this is important because it resolves and builds communication and problem-solving skills. It establishes learners' emotions. It teaches learners how to be negotiative and how to compromise, and it helps build their self-confidence and resilience and their strength. So conflict, it teaches learners that no, it doesn't end here. We don't fight and that's it. No, we fight, but we also create solutions for our fights so that we can coexist within this living space. In this instance, it's a classroom setting. And teachers can encourage positive behavior by coaching learners' emotion, helping them understand their feelings, positive reinforcement, engaging in restorative conversations rather than resorting to punishment, and then they can provide learners with clear age-appropriate rules. For instance, in this classroom, in Teacher Buitumelo's classroom, we don't take anything without asking. We don't hit others. We don't call each other names. All of these things lead to conflict. But if in your classroom you set clear rules that learners are understanding of, it is easier to maneuver around conflict. Lastly, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for staying in the session. And yeah. Thank you, parents, for staying through and taking tips on how to resolve conflict and how to encourage our kids, our learners, our children to be better problem solvers and to be more empathetic in understanding and resolving conflict. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.